Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello,
We're
hello,
live.
everyone. We are live.
Welcome, everybody, to the live award ceremony for LEGO Office Week. We've already got plenty of people here in the comments. Hello to everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Adam, Ant Bandit. You're here on my channel. Welcome to the channel. And Aubrey, go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Yes, if you don't know me, I am Aubrey or Ob the Builder. I am new to YouTube, but I am over on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there.
And just want to thank you, everybody, for joining us. What's up, Ricky? We got Ricky in here. Brotherhood Workshop, you're not hosting at Chili's? You know, we tried to book a Chili's for this show, and we couldn't get it. We have the Brick Slayer, Rogo. We have Wookie Gamer. Yes, we have our backgrounds. We're actually streaming live from Dunder Mifflin right now, as you can tell.
Yep.
You can see Stanley over there behind Aubrey. So everybody wave hello to Stanley.
He's sleeping. That's why he's so still.
Yep. And oh, look, we have some special guests. We have Exo Edits in here. I feel God in this chat tonight. We have Emmasaurus. Welcome to Dundie's. If you guys don't know what's going on, of course, we've done LEGO Office Week this week. Aubrey, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what it is that LEGO Office Week was during the last week?
So our whole goal for this week was to celebrate not only the office, but LEGO. So two things that we love, we wanted to put together, and we challenged the community to recreate something from the office out of LEGO. Could have been just a scene, an animation, a mock. But we had so much fun looking at you guys get creative. I know I was pretty much laughing at my feed this entire week, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was honestly incredible. I mean, like everyone in this chat, I hope all of you guys participated. You know, if you didn't and you just were here to enjoy the office content, that's fine too. It was just a week full of great posts and animations and all kinds of stuff. And if you didn't know, the reason that we picked today for the stream, it's the anniversary of the final episode of The Office. Today is actually the finale anniversary. So we wanted to do something kind of around the timing of The Office. Obviously, we're huge fans of the show. And we're going to get things started here. If you didn't know, Aubrey has one as well. We have a few. We have a table full of our Dundie Awards. These are custom made Dundie Awards that we painstakingly put together. And we're going to be awarding these tonight to 20 of some of our favorite submissions throughout the week. We have a whole bunch of categories. If you didn't see the post, we have everything from best animation to best mock to fun stuff like best post featuring Andy Bernard or things like that. So in the spirit of the Dundies, this was all just a lot of fun. And
I will say, you guys made this incredibly hard to judge. Adam and I spent probably about 4 hours yesterday just deciding who was going to win because every post was amazing. So it was very, very hard to pick.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun judging, but it was very hard.
It was painstaking. Thank you, Office Alliance. Shout out to Office Alliance here in the chat.
So hard.
There's so many great people here. So thank you guys for participating. This is a blast. You see, we both have we're both fully accessorized here for this stream. Yep. You can see the green screen taking out the star.
My nice green screen.
We hope you guys had as much fun as we did, looking through all these. And if you want like any office content, now all you have to do is look up the hashtag LEGO Office Week, and you can just enjoy LEGO Office content to your heart's content. So this was a blast to host. But let's get into our show today because we've got a very special live stream planned. We have a very special guest in the stream who I'm going to bring in now. And it looks like he's fully accessorized his background as well. Oh, no. Everybody welcome Mr. JJ Lewis himself.
Hello.
Hello. And I love the background you've picked with Michael there in the background.
Yeah, I just switched it up on you, but in the middle of the stream, I was like, oh, Aubrey and Adam have really good backgrounds. I need to catch up.
Yes.
It's perfect. It's perfectly themed. Well, welcome to the stream. Why don't you introduce yourself if at this point somebody doesn't know who you are? We've been talking about you a lot, but go ahead and tell us who you are and why are you here?
Sure. My name is JJ Lewis. I am the Lego fan designer who designed the Lego The Office set. It's been a long road to have it made. It took me nearly 10 years to try to get The Office made, or Lego The Office made. Nearly as long as the show, actually.
Wow.
I joke that it took 9,986,000 minutes. But it actually, I think it was close to that it took 7 years for me to actually kind of like pitch it and try to get it made with Office. It was like 3 different proposals, and then another 2 years to kind of just like after it got selected and the
That's
whole
amazing.
design process. So yeah, but I am the Lego fan designer for the Lego The Office set.
That's incredible. And thank you so much for being a part of this. If you guys don't know JJ, his Instagram account is at Lego The Office. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I made it super easy for people.
Yep. Okay. If people are going to remember you for one thing, it's going to be this amazing Lego set that you've designed. So it's just incredible. I'd love to like talk about a little bit about the set and about kind of your background. How did you get into Lego in the first place? Because this is such an interesting hobby, and to be a designer, to be selected as part of Lego Ideas. I mean, a lot of people, if you don't know, you have to get 10,000 votes, and there's a whole process that you have to go through to get selected. So how did you first get into all of this yourself?
Well, I love Lego. I've been playing with it since I was a child. It was actually like the first real toy that I had. I love that you could create worlds from just like a few bricks. I often used to play with my little sister growing up, and we would build like little houses and things. So Lego was a big part of my life growing up, to the point that when I became an adult, well, I kind of had to let Lego go. But I turned around and I still was very fond of it. So I was like, okay, if I ever had to buy a gift for a child, I was like, video game or Lego? I'm going to go with Lego. It just seemed like a more educational toy. I just loved it. So I was just very fond of Lego. And then the way the Office set came about was I actually was reading a newspaper article for, I forget where, but it was Lego Ideas set for the Big Bang Theory. And
yeah,
it was the first time I'd heard of Lego Ideas, one, but two, hearing that a fan made a set for something was a novel concept to me, because I didn't know Lego had a platform to basically crowdsource for ideas. So I was like, okay, that is so cool, but someone should make one for The Office, because, the Big Bang Theory is great and all, but it's not The Office.
It's so funny that your first exposure to ideas was another ideas set of another show, like another popular show. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to Ellen Kuchman. She was the designer for the Big Bang Theory set. Back then, ideas was it was a little bit more basic. Like when they designed her set, it was just like a diorama. You really didn't have anything like you had a couple of tiny like little Easter eggs in there, but it was just like a diorama of the set. So it actually was a little bit of the inspiration behind my design, because I was like, okay, I can make I'm jumping a little ahead, but I was like, I can make a diorama for The Office, but I was like, but I want more in there. Like that was my brain. I wanted to put more in there. So really what ended up happening was when the Big Bang Theory set came out, I went to go buy it for a friend of mine, and I was holding it in the Lego store, and I kept thinking, I was like, oh, so, and this was like a year after I first heard about it, and I was like,
Right.
someone should make one for The Office. Again, I was thinking, and then I was like, I could be the person that makes it for The Office. So I sat there really thinking about it because my background was marketing. So I had some idea of how to do marketing and social media intelligence. So I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, it's my favorite show. It would require a lot of effort, but it's worth it. So I spent about like a year just thinking about it because
Wow.
you kind of like, this is like, I was new to the mock building thing. So I was like, okay, I want to plan before I get into anything. So I sat there and I thought about it for a while and kind of designed the little things that I wanted to do. And then finally I just was like, okay, I'm going to start ordering bricks from around the world because I was like, because most Lego fans should know there's a website called Bricklink. It's a great website.
Yep.
Lego owns it now, but before Lego owned it, it was basically like eBay for Lego bricks. So you could source your own parts. So for me, the biggest challenge was all the parts in Michael's office were sand green, as you can see behind Adam right now. So that is, a very rare Lego color when I first started looking at it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any in the United States. So I ordered bricks from like Asia, Europe, like one or two, as many as I could get, and just ordered them from around the world. And that's how I got my first like lot of sand green bricks to build Michael's office. But then, I just started building it, prototyping it, and then submitted my first proposal in 2015. And it took a while. It was like 3 tries to get them to make it. They declined it twice, and
if I'm correct too, there were other office submissions. Like yours was, weren't there other submissions around the show as well? What, yours wasn't the only one?
I was the first person to get it to 10K, but other people like tried after me because I know one person tried immediately after me because I was kind of like their design went up before my second design went up. So there were other people, even this last round where my set got chosen, another person had submitted a design for The Office and they had reached 10K a little while after mine. So there was a lot of demand for The Office. The Office reached 10K, I want to say 5 different times just between me and 2 other people. So there was a demand for it. Lego saw that people wanted it. So
and here we are. So 2015 was the first submission, and then 2022, that many years later, is when we finally got the official set. That is incredible. And to me, it's really cool that, you know, you were somewhat new to like mock building and designing, and your passion for the show and just for like making this thing happen is what drove it to become a success. So like, I mean, we have you to thank, and that passion, you picking up that Big Bang Theory set and said, well, it could be my favorite show, and for all of us being able to enjoy this. So that's so cool. I'm curious. I want to know about some of the design process though, because one of my favorite things about the Office set is there are so many Easter eggs and jokes and references, and you worked so many things in, even with the stickers. There's so many like little nods to interactions or episodes. Do you have a favorite Easter egg that you were able to work in, or a favorite thing that is in the set that you wanted to see in the final design?
My favorite Easter egg is the first Easter egg I ever designed for the Lego The Office set, which is going to trigger some people when I mention it, but it's the hole Andy punched into the wall.
Yes.
That was the very first joke that I designed for Lego The Office because so when I was building the first prototype, like I was actually building that wall, and then I sat there and I was like, because it's hard. I'll be honest, designing a Lego set is very difficult. I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult it can be. But when okay, so the hardest part about designing the Lego The Office set was I had to watch my favorite show and not enjoy the show. I had to watch it for details and like like things or Easter eggs that I like color schemes and little details like the little punchy thing right behind you, Adam, on
Oh
Michael's
yeah.
like shelf. Yeah, like there's a baseball, there's a bullhorn. Like I had to study the set, like the actual set. So I would often watch the show to be like, okay, I'm gonna go watch it to see what the conference room details look like, and then I would completely get lost in the show. And then like 4 episodes later, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be working. I'm not supposed to be enjoying the show. So I would sit there getting like really upset with myself because I was like, oh, stop enjoying The Office and just do some work here. So I would have to, I'd be like, okay, let me go back to the episode that I originally started
That's
watching
amazing.
and do the work. But the favorite detail was the technical, because when I was building that wall, I thought about like how Andy had punched that hole in, and then I was like, oh, I could recreate that as like a joke in the set, and I do know that the my designs kind of started this thing with Lego Ideas where you use like before the Big Bang, like the Big Bang Theory set was just a straight diorama. You didn't have Easter eggs, but then you started seeing Lego Ideas start throwing Easter eggs into sets, like little jokes of things, like even Stranger Things, other things. I know that a little bit was me doing that for that very first office design, because I know that caught people's attention, that because like I did the Kevin's Famous Chili. That's another one of that went viral
Love
several
that.
times when I did it. Brian Baumgartner reached out to me because of that. So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I gotta pick what I love the most, and then figure out how do I make that in Lego form, because it's not easy, because it's like you're basically re-looking at the world in bricks, and that can be pretty difficult, as you both can see. Because
I was gonna say, like,
yeah, I watched
and a
what you
lot
guys
of
do with
people,
stop motion, and it amazes me, because I can't
it,
do that. I don't have the
oh,
patience.
it's I think, and it's not just us. Like a lot of people in the chat, if you're watching this, like everyone spent this week recreating scenes from the show, and there's a lot of amazing Easter eggs and detail in the set. But for some shots, or if you're making a scene, you have to expand on that, or create your own version of the background and add the details. And I think Aubrey and I both spent so much time like rewatching scenes, doing the same thing, trying to get our own recreations and stop motions right for this event. And I'm sure a lot of people here did as well, like just trying to get those details right, because it's something that you care about. And that the fans, who are all of us who are watching and enjoying that, they're going to notice those details, like the wall and the, all of the different stickers and things like that in the set. And they're going to notice in whatever their submissions are as well. So I know that one thing I wanted to talk to you about as well is there's not just an amazing amount of detail in the set. There's also some details that I think a lot of fans would love to see, whether it's characters or, an expansion or more of this set. And I saw a lot of people expanding on the set during Lego Office Week and adding little expansions on. What's the thing that's you feel is missing from the official set that you really wanted to include, or you would love to see in like an expansion? What's like those things that you really want to see?
I would say the characters that like because we so the hard thing about The Office, and is like this for Lego Ideas, like when I pitched the set, I didn't know if I could get that many minifigs made. Like I was honestly kind of thinking like, okay, I might just be able to get 8, right? I wasn't expecting like 15, right? So
There's so many.
it was like a record number for a Lego Idea set, like for IP Lego Idea set. So I sat there going, okay, I knew that it was likely I was not going to be able to get all the characters in, so I just had to do my best. But I went in it with the understanding of not everyone's character is going to be like Michael or Jim or Pam. Like one of my closest friends, their favorite character is Creed. Another one of my friends loves Andy. So I did my best to kind of petition to get as many included as possible, because I understood what that would mean to the fandom. But and I had to give a lot of props to the Lego Ideas team, like Laura and Chris Perrone, Diego Sancho. They are amazing. Like I couldn't have asked for a better team, because uh, I didn't have to fight all these battles by myself. They fought with me. Like I think I can kind of spoil it. I went into a meeting with them where they were like, "Here, these are all the minifigs getting made," and I'm like, "We're getting 15, yay!"
Wow.
And it was because they were all fans of the show too. That's one of the best things about Lego Ideas. They turn around and they don't just assign out the design to like anyone. They usually assign it to somebody who cares. So my three team members, they all cared about the show so much that they were like, okay, we got to get as many characters in there. We got to get as many like stickers, as many Easter eggs. Like that was not just me. Everyone like kind of came in as a group effort and saw like, what can we legitimately fit into the set? And I did kind of design the last design with the understanding that because I had originally pitched the big office, right? Like the entire sales, accounting,
Wow.
all that twice, and they got declined twice. So when I did it the third time, I scaled it down to what you guys have are purchasing, but I designed it in a very specific way where it cut directly almost down the middle of the office. And what you could do is essentially, because I knew that a lot of fans would be like, okay, I just want the Michael's office and I want conference room, or Michael and Jim, right? Or Michael and Pam. I want those areas. But you have some fans that are like, I want to build everything. So I kind of wanted to facilitate that by making sure like there are enough desks that you could buy another set and then literally build out the other desks for the rest of the cast members. There's almost enough parts that you could literally build out the rest of the office yourself. And I think that's also kind of a little bit of the fun of it, making it your own. Like I've seen so many versions of fans' designs this week where they built the whole office and each one is a little bit different. There's a little core component that's the same, but they each made it their own. And that's kind of beautiful to me.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like one of the best things that it kind of brings in the spirit of Lego, which is that creativity. And even with characters, I know a lot of people want to see characters like Andy, you know, and there's a lot of fan favorites that just didn't make it into that final set. And everybody has a different take on how Andy should look in Lego form, which is really cool to see that and all the other characters that are expanded on by fans. So it kind of it invites that creativity as well, because there's so much there and then there's so much that you could just expand on yourself. So
there's so many other characters too, like besides like Andy or Aaron, you have like Mose, you have David Wallace, you have Jan. So like I actually have prototypes for some of these figures myself. So
really?
like I have well, because like my pitch, I actually built out everything. Almost every character got made. Like I actually have a Mose minifig and everything.
Wow.
But and you know, these are the things I hope if there ever are expansions that they turn around and they put some of the other favorite characters, because like we have Michael, and you know, you might get another Michael again if there is another set, but give me an Andy and Aaron, give us those missing characters, so then you can finish the whole family, right? Because I think that's what a lot of true fans want. They want to be able to finish that whole family. I've had people turn around to me like, make a CMF series. I'm like, I don't control that.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably get this all the time. But just for everyone watching who loves the set, and you might not be able to answer this, but everybody would love a sequel. I mean, we had Lego Friends get 2 sets. We had the Central Perk and the Apartments. what do you think the chances are of seeing a future expansion? Like, do you think that's something that Lego would want to do in the future, or is that a pipe dream?
I don't want to say it's a pipe dream because you never know. Like a lot of people never expected an expansion on the Friends set, so uh, the possibility is out there. I do think it would depend on demand and sales, right? So if this set sells well, then Lego will see that there's a demand for more of these, so they might turn around and say, "Hey, let's actually build an official accounting or the annex or Shroot Farms or any of these other things that people would want." I don't think I would be really involved in that because I think that would happen outside of Lego ideas. So, and they have a lot of my old designs anyway, so it's not like they really need to come to me and be like, "What do you think?" I do think that because my team is very good about kind of, we still talk even now. So I do think that if they do it, it would really depend on how much fans would demand it, and I'm pretty sure they would bring back the rest of my old team to kind of like finish up again,
That's
like
awesome.
bring back Lauren, Chris, and Diego because they did such an amazing job too.
Well, that's amazing. I do want to let everyone else know who's watching. If you guys have just joined, we are going to be getting to our awards here shortly. We have all of our Dundies for Lego Office Week here. We're going to start getting into all of those awards. And at the end of this live stream is when we're going to be doing our live giveaway. If you participated in the Office Week at all, made a post using the hashtag, that puts you in the drawing. We're putting it at 1 entry per person. And we're going to be doing that at the very end. So make sure to stay tuned for that giveaway. If you haven't heard, we're giving away a signed copy of the set by our friend JJ here, who designed it, who left a very nice quote on the box as well, which was really nice to see. Good reference to the show. So it's one of a kind. It's great. So thank you for him doing that. Before we get into our awards, though, I want to we can talk more about The Office. I feel like we could just, I want to pick your brain so much about all this stuff. But talk to me a little bit before we get into our awards. For anyone out there who is interested in creating their own Lego Ideas set, going through that process, and obviously, you were new to that process, but it took you were persistent, and it took you several years. What kind of advice would you give to someone who maybe they love their own show or movie and they want to make their own ideas set happen? What advice would you give to someone who wants to do that?
That's like one of the most common questions I get because it's
great. I'm original.
Yeah, it's a complicated question because okay, so I'm gonna list off a bunch of things because I have kind of made a list. I should do a video series about this, I swear.
Yes. Don't do it on other people's channels. Do it on your channel.
Take really good photos because if you could actually see this in how my original proposal went in 2015 versus my later proposals. My original proposal, the images were really bad because I didn't know how to photograph Lego. It's actually a skill to photograph at that scale because you have to have lights, as you both know. You have to have cameras that can take it. Then you're constantly taking shots. So that impacts how people vote. If you have really bad photos, people are not going to connect with it as well. So if you have really good photos, your audience will connect to it better and they'll be more likely to vote. So photos are very important. Basic design principles. So because I've seen this happen a lot where, because I see it often on ideas, and I don't think people really consider that they'll build something and you can see that there are flaws in the design where it wouldn't be stable. And they go with the expectation of I'll get 10,000 votes and Lego's just going to fix it. That's a very poor mentality to have because it's not showing your dedication to your idea, right? Turn around and make sure that you're doing your best to make sure that it's like there's no flaws in it. There's nothing that'll break easy, that if you pick it up, like it won't fall apart because stability is a very important thing. there is a Lego The Office YouTube channel. I saw someone had a really good question in there. Do I use Bricklink Studio? I do. I actually highly recommend people use Bricklink Studio because one, it allows you to build. I actually kind of recommend you do it before you actually build a physical model. I actually did an experiment now, so I have a proposal to vote for Lego Parks and Rec right now.
Yes.
And
oh, that's amazing.
I did that entirely digitally because I previously had built everything physically, so I was like, I want a different challenge, so I built everything digital this time. Building things on Bricklink Studio is very useful because one, you're going to turn around and have a better idea of the parts you want and the cost that you're going to incur, how much you're going to ask your audience to buy. Like, you shouldn't go out there with the idea of, hey, let me pitch a $5,000 Lego set. That's a bad idea. Like, you could actually see this with Lego The Office, right? So if they went with my original proposal, like with the whole office set, the set would probably be around 200, twice the price, because it'd be twice the size. But because we made it smaller, it made the cost lower. So that means we lowered the threshold for fans to turn around and get it. So it makes it easier for fans to go and buy an office set if there's $100 price point versus a $200 price point. So you want to make it also affordable too. But
and allows for more minifigures and with just all of those minifigures that we got. So
yeah, it allows you to prioritize like better things that you might want to prioritize, like the characters. But going back to Bricklink Studio, another reason why it's so useful is if you do get to 10,000 votes, you're going to get into the review process, and Lego's going to ask you for all your design materials, right? Your photos, your pitches, and if you have digital copies. And I'll be honest, having a digital copy on hand is really useful up front rather than building it out after you hit 10,000 votes. So I recommend everyone build out whatever digital platform you can use. I highly recommend Bricklink Studio because it is up to date with the latest Lego parts as much as possible because Lego owns it. But it's useful. Trying to think what other advice I would give. Market. Learn how to social media marketing, even if you hate social media. I'm not a huge fan of social media, but I know how to use it. So make sure to market your product because that's what it is. You're going to have to treat it as a product as much as you want. Like, it was my baby for the longest time, but at a certain point I had to let it go as my baby and be like, this is a product now. So I had to kind of, because now everyone has Lego The Office. I was the only one for the longest time, and now it's there for everyone. So you had to be realistic and know how to like market that out there so people go vote for it. Because if people see it and they're like, I don't connect with it, I don't know that this is The Office, they're not going to go vote for it. So you're never going to hit your goals. I think those are some really good basic rules. Also, I'm going to highly recommend this one. Don't plagiarize other people's work. It's frowned upon in the community. Lego will notice it if you do it. I don't think that, like, if you turn around and you submit a proposal and then you copy somebody else's proposal, that's not going to go over Lego's head. They'll be aware that you do that. So don't be that person. Operate with integrity. That's what most Lego designers should do.
The nerve of some people on Lego Ideas who just really, I've seen a few sets and projects that are just blatant copies or barely changed, from other people's submissions. So it can be difficult.
Yeah, and I think it gets backlash in our community because Lego is an art form. So if you're copying another person's art, that is plagiarism, and it looks badly on you. It doesn't look badly on anyone else. It just looks badly on you. So have integrity with your designs in every way possible. Make sure it's stable, but also make sure that it's yours, right? Make sure that you put your signature on it and own it. The last thing is don't do the bare minimum, right? So by that I mean, you got to know to temper yourself. Don't propose a $5,000 set, but don't turn around and be like, okay, I'm gonna build something that kind of looks like The Office, but it doesn't really look like The Office, and just say that's The Office and have people vote for it. It doesn't do well if you're not putting in your all with what you're given. So do your best with the space and the size of the set that you want to propose, and try to keep as true to the source material as possible.
There you go. Well, speaking of builds with integrity that are true to the source material, I think Aubrey and I can both agree, and everybody here watching, that the Office set is one of our favorites from last year. As fans of the show, it's amazing to see just this beloved IP like made in Lego. I would love to see more. You know, it's such a great set, and I know both Aubrey and I probably did a lot of damage to both of our copies trying to make stuff for this week. So I'm looking forward to going back and rebuilding it and just having.
Yeah, mine is definitely destroyed right now.
Yeah. But we're going to get into awards now. But before we do, I want everybody in the chat to thank JJ for being here. He's going to stick around for our awards. He has his designer award to give out at the very end. So if you're here in the chat, just thank him for his time. And thank you, JJ, for being here. This was such a blast, and just to be able to have you involved in this celebration of The Office is so great. So thank you so much. Do you want to plug anything or any projects that you're working on right now before we get into the awards?
Well, first I want to thank you both, because none of this would have happened if it weren't for you both. Like Adam and Aubrey really kind of came to me, and they pitched this whole Lego Office Week. I thought this was one of the most adorable things I've ever heard of. I've had people ask me, is this an annual thing? Are we going to be doing this annually? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I really want to thank you both for really kind of highlighting the love for Lego The Office. It really meant a lot to me to see like all these submissions. I love seeing fan submissions, because it's kind of like seeing like one of my dreams come true, to see fans take this and make it their own, love it, turn around, design like whole buildings, design small sets, design like animatronics. Like the animatronic ones made me laugh really hard, because I was like, people are so imaginative. I don't really have anything to plug. If you want, I have a Lego Parks and Rec idea that is gaining votes on Lego Ideas. I think it's at like cool. 1,600 votes with a year left. So feel free to go vote for it. I would love if I could get your support. It's very similar to my Lego Ideas The Office design, a little bit more interesting, I think, because I treated it differently, because Parks and Rec is a different show than The Office.
I know Aubrey is a big fan of Parks and Rec as well. So if you guys are big Office fans, yes. Like Aubrey is like a huge Parks and Rec fan.
Huge.
So when I was so this is sidetracking. When I was doing the pitch the second time for Lego The Office, I was like, I'm gonna build a Lego Ron Swanson and Lego Leslie Knope, and I did, and I'm like, they're gonna have crossovers, and I'm like, yes. I really need it was the most. Besides The Office, it was the thing that fans asked me to do the most.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get it. I love the Parks and Rec too. So I will put like my hat in the ring and try. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You know, lightning may not strike twice. But at the same time, you know, I would appreciate if anyone went and did vote for it.
Yeah. Everybody.
And I do want to say, there was somebody that asked, where do you vote? For people that don't know, on the Lego website, they have Lego Ideas. It's free to make an account. You just make an account, and there's a bunch of different fan design sets on that website that you can vote for. So that's what we're talking about, in case anyone here doesn't know about Lego Ideas.
And I will say, Aubrey and I aren't going to commit to anything, but this comment here, if the Parks and Rec said, if you guys all go vote and we get Parks and Rec in Lego, we might have to do a Parks and Rec week and just do this event for Parks and Rec. So if you guys want to see that, go and vote for this set. And like, I'm a big Parks and Rec fan too. So that would be amazing. But yeah, thank you.
I'll be back here with like a Leslie Knope looking at me in the background. I'll be back for that.
I need a little Sebastian minifigure.
Yeah, he's in the proposal. There's a little Sebastian in there.
There we go.
I put a lot of, there are a lot more Easter eggs this time.
Yeah, that would be incredible. I know there's a lot of people here who would want to see that too. But I know there's a lot of people here who also want to see our awards. I know you guys have been waiting patiently. And thank you again, JJ, for chatting with us. This is so cool to see some behind the scenes about the process and learning about you. We're going to get into our awards now. Aubrey, why don't you kind of explain to people how this whole week, how the process works, how do you become eligible for awards, and then we can get into it.
Yeah, so like I said before, our criteria was to recreate something from The Office out of Lego. So it had to involve The Office and had to be made from Lego. And we had 19 different categories. So ranged from stop motion, best picture, best mock, most accurate scene recreation. So we split all the posts up into categories and chose the winners for them.
And like we said earlier, this was incredibly difficult. So if you guys are watching and you participated, I said this on Instagram the other day, but we had almost 200 entries, which is wild. Aubrey and I never expected to have so much amazing participation for this event. We were blown away, and there was just literally, we were, how many hours were we like debating about?
I'm not joking, guys. We talked for 4 hours yesterday trying to figure out who should win each one. And we were like, I wish we had more. Like, I want to give out more awards. But yeah, you guys made it incredibly difficult. There was so much amazing content this week.
Seriously. And by the way, as we're watching this, you know, again, all of the entries were amazing. We have looked at every single entry. We have scoured the hashtag, made sure to get like every single post. So if you contributed in any way or you posted, we've seen it, we've looked at it. And you know, every single one of these entries was incredible. So don't think of these awards as, you know, as necessarily, you know, something that's better than the other. We had a hard time just trying to figure out who should win. And the criteria was very close. The winners are, just because someone won an award doesn't mean that there's not someone else who's equally as deserving of a Dundie award. So I hope you guys just enjoyed the fun of the week, and you know, were inspired to make something celebrating The Office. And yeah, we had a blast doing it too. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start with our very first award, and it's going to be the Early Worm Gets the Worm Award. Oh, and by the way, just for everyone, so we're covering this as well, what you're winning, if you win an award, you get a custom Lego Dundie. This is there's 20 of these total, and we're going to be sending the winners of these awards. We're going to be covering shipping costs. We're going to be shipping these out to each person who wins an award. Yeah, we're gonna get started here, and we'll talk a little bit about the criteria for each one as we go. But the Early Worm Gets the Worm Award. This is the first to post, as you can see, obviously on my screen. The event started on May 8th at 12 a.m. Eastern. So the first person to post at 12 a.m. Eastern was, and we had several people who were very close to this, Chewbecca Creates. Congratulations. Hang on. Let me, we got to get a little bit of a, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Being the first to post, we timed this. We looked at the time. We were on our phones. She posted this post at like exactly 12 a.m. right as the event was.
She told me, she said she was waiting for the time to strike 12, and then she hit post.
She did a great job. And if you guys can't see, this is a fantastic recreation. So not only is she the first to post, but she started this off with a bang with this really creative post of, you know, the dinner party scene. And if you can't see, that TV is actually made of Lego.
Yes, I looked at this post and I was like, I don't think she understood what we were asking for. And I was like, wait, that's a Lego TV, like a Lego plasma TV.
She has another post where she has a close up of the TV, because I saw the same thing. I looked at this and I was like, that's not Lego. That's you're human.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it until I saw the next post she posted, which was her and the TV, and I was like, oh, that's great. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to see more of all of these posts, I did my best to include the videos, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to play some of the video entries in this. But please go and follow these people, show them some love, congratulate them on their Instagrams or their YouTubes, whatever social. You can follow them and see more of their submissions on their profiles. But congratulations to Chewbacca. This is such a great post to start the week off. And we're going to go ahead and go to the next award. Aubrey, would you like to introduce this award?
So we have the next award. That's what she said. Had to include this. So we did our favorite submission by a woman. We had a ton of posts from women, and we thought this one was really creative. We loved this scene that it was from. And our winner from this category is Holly on Film.
Woo! Hang on, we gotta get the applause. Hang on. There we go. Congratulations, Holly, for winning the That's What She Said award. This was great. Obviously, we had so many great women submitting posts, and there were so many people that were eligible for this. But this was just so unique, and this is absolutely one of my favorite pranks on the show. Of course, we have Asian Jim with his with Pam and their Asian children from season 9 of the show, which is crazy that such an iconic scene happens so late in the show. I think everybody knows what this is from. So
yeah, I just love that it was different. Of course, we saw a lot of pictures and scene recreations through minifigures, but I enjoyed seeing some art in there. So it was fun seeing some digital recreations too.
So fantastic job, Holly. And she's here. She's excited.
Yay, Holly.
There she is. So great job. We're going to probably, I will probably see you at Brickworld Chicago, which, by the way, if you guys are in the Lego community, you guys should know about Brickworld Chicago. It's going to be amazing. So if you're going to Brickworld Chicago, Holly, we will bring your Dundie to you there. I think that'd probably be the easiest way to get it to you, as opposed to shipping it all the way down under. So we'll figure out how to get that to you. And by the way, with all of these entries, we're going to be reaching out to all of you individually. If you're not watching this live, that's okay. We're going to be tagging you, messaging you, getting your information to ship that, get these awards in your hands. And yes, she said hand delivery. Great. We're going to have to present this to you in a ceremonial fashion. So there you go.
Bring an extra large suitcase, Holly.
Yeah. You need a suitcase just for the Dundie, to get it back home to Australia. Great. Okay. We're moving on. We have the Golden Ticket Idea Award. Now, this was one, that I was really excited about, because we had so many submissions that were just of iconic scenes and, different ways. And we wanted to find something that was a really unique recreation, something that nobody else was doing, either a scene that nobody else did or a take on a scene that nobody else did, some kind of a twist or, something that was a little bit different. And we were both really happy with Exo Edits. That's right. He designed the, let's get some applause going here. Congratulations to Exo Edit for the Golden Ticket Award. He designed the Paluticorn versus Recyclops mock here. And do have, this is a YouTube video that he uploaded. And for some reason, it's not going to let me play it. But if you guys want to see more, you can go to his channel, watch his YouTube video. He also has some Instagram posts. But this was an amazing mock of the duel between Recyclops and Paluticorn. If you don't know, these are characters that were in the lore of Dwight's recycling character. Just amazing recreation here. And there he is. Congrats to Exo. But yeah, loved seeing that this was it was a unique take. Like, we saw all these recreations that were in the office using minifigures. Nobody else did these like expanded lore characters. This was such a cool design. So congratulations. And I don't know if you're going to be at Brick World either, but we can give that to you in person or ship it out to you, EXO, however you'd like to do that. So congratulations. And yeah.
And I remember, EXO, I remember you posting a little preview to this, your first, where you had the little Dwight figure with the start of one of the, I guess, robots, creatures, whatever you want to call them.
He teased it.
Yes, you teased it. And I was like, on our little submission log, I was like, is this a submission? What is this? I don't know what this is. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see this. It was so, so creative.
He did a great job of building anticipation for this.
Yes.
I love that he spent time actually making up an actual battle scene between Politicorn and Recyclops. Yes. Because Politicorn wishes he could take Recyclops.
There we go. Perfect. And he also did an animation that was a great animation of that short scene. And I really love the Dwight minifigure in the Recyclops outfit. But let's go ahead and move on. We've got a lot of awards here. So congratulations again to EXO Edits for the Golden Ticket Award. And next we have Aubrey, if you'd like to introduce this.
Yeah. So this one is the Improvisation Award. So this one is the best submission that doesn't use minifigs. So we were just looking for something that didn't include either your own minifigs or the set's minifigs. And this person, I think, actually did 3 different submissions without minifigs. And all 3 were just so unexpected and perfect. So I'm super excited that this person won the Improvisation Award. Drumroll, Exo Bricks. So he did a brick built Dwight for the fire scene, and he also did 2 brick built characters for the CPR scene, and then the terrifying Dwight face with the mannequin on it with the tongue moving was hilarious. So those were really awesome. It was fun to see the creativity without the minifigs.
Yeah, this is, I mean, anytime you take your imagination outside of the world of minifigs and you can brick build a character, it's always impressive. And the design here kind of reminds me of a little bit close to like the Miniland style characters, and just the pose he's in. And of course, this is from the fire scene. It was incredible. And we saw a lot of people sharing this and giving out a lot of love for this submission on Instagram as well. So great job to EXO Bricks. EXO Bricks is local to both Aubrey and I here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So we might be able to also hand deliver this one to you, EXO Bricks. So congrats on this win. Moving on. The Feared and Loved Award. Of course, what would you rather be, feared and loved? Feared or loved? I'd like to be feared and loved. So this award, the idea behind this award, we really wanted to encourage people to post multiple times during the event and, come up with multiple entries, maybe enter in different categories. And there were a lot of people that posted multiple times, came up with great entries for this. But there was one person, one submitter who happened to post, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aubrey, did we get 40 posts from this person?
I think it was just shy of 40.
Just shy of 40 posts, which is amazing. Again, there's only 7 days in LEGO Office Week. So you do the math. That's a lot of posts every day. And while there were a lot of other people that were eligible for this, posted multiple times, it felt right to award it to this person. Brickalob, winner of the Feared and Loved Award. Congratulations. The sheer amount of posts, and this is only one of those posts, this amazing habitat stack, was just impressive. I was both afraid and in love. So. But yeah, if you guys go to check out Brickalob's Instagram page, you can see all of the posts that they submitted during Lego Office Week. There's so many iconic scenes. Both Aubrey and I think it's fair to say, kind of had a struggle just getting our submissions done for what we wanted to contribute. So 40 or just shy of 40 is mind-blowing. So congratulations to Brickalob.
Yes, I could barely do my 7.
I could barely do a post, and Brickalob messaged me, "Are you okay that I'm tagging you in all these?" And I'm like, that's fine. There's 40. I'm down with this. This is amazing.
It was great. My phone was blowing up just from Brickalob's submissions. It was fantastic. But everyone was enjoyable. There was everyone was like, "Oh, he did this scene," or "They did this scene." This was just incredible. All right, moving on. We have Oh my God, it's happening. Everybody Stay Calm award. Aubrey, if you'd like to.
Yes. So we are awarding this one to someone that tried stop motion animation for the first time. So we did have a couple of people entered into this category, and that was extremely exciting to see. Like, I love to see people getting into doing stop motion animation with Lego. It's something that I thoroughly enjoy, and it just makes me extremely happy to see other people doing it. So we are super excited to award the "Oh my God, it's happening! Everybody Stay Calm" award to Lego Rad Dad.
Lego Rad Dad.
Yes, and it's not going to play the video, but
No,
he did the "It's Brittany" scene with the car rolling up and Michael turning his head when it comes. Yes. So we were super excited to see somebody try stop motion animation for the first time. And I hope you continue to do it. I want to see more.
And again, there were so many people who were trying something new with stop motion this event. So there were some other people who did stop motion, and we had to go back on everyone's profiles and look, have they ever tried this before? We looked and we did our research to make sure. And some people were saying that it was a really hard thing for them to do, but we really wanted to award that pushing yourself to try something new. And Lego Rad Dad, congratulations. So Lego Rad Dad also posted a few other times during the event, so make sure to go check out Lego Rad Dad. We did get a comment. I want to put this out. Let's see if I can scroll back up. Will you guys be posting all the winners on Instagram from Jessica Long? And yes, we will be sharing stories probably with all the winners and links to their accounts for you guys to go check all of them out. We want everybody who's a winner to be able to be shared. We did our best to share as many posts as we could during the week, even if they weren't going to win an award, just because we enjoyed all of the posts. So hopefully both Aubrey and I, between us and also JJ sharing some posts as well, we were able to put a spotlight on as many people's posts as possible. So
I will also be sharing all the winners' posts on my official Instagram, just to thank all of you for participating and to highlight everything that you guys did this week. So thank you.
Very much appreciated. Moving on to our next award, we have the Didn't Fail Art School Award. So one other thing that we wanted to encourage people to do is there's so many amazing minifigures and mocks and things that you can do with the office. But we also wanted to see some creative takes on submissions, whether that's a mosaic or something that is not in minifig scale or just it's artistically creative. And we were really kind of looking for just something that took the office and did something creative with it. Similar to the Golden Ticket Idea Award, but something more like what you would consider just an art piece or an artistic creation. And for this award, we chose Firecracker Lego with this amazing mosaic of the, of course, the classic meme. No. I commented on this post and said, I can hear this image because it's so ingrained in my head, the meme. So just fantastic job with this. Yeah, this was such a cool thing to see amongst all of the other types of posts that we got. To see a mosaic entry was definitely refreshing.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw this, I was like, "Oh, Lego should make that." Like, like mosaics of like memes from The Office. That would be brilliant. I was like, "Oh, this is great." I loved it.
I would love to see. I know that the official mosaic sets, they have all kinds of alternate builds and people that do their
like
own
Batman, Iron Man,
Exactly.
and they do like a big Batman, Iron Man. I'm like, yeah, give me all The Office.
Just give me a wall full of all the cast, all their faces from different moments. That would be amazing. So
just recreate every single meme template in Lego format. That'd be perfect.
So once again, congrats to Firecracker, and we'll be reaching out to get you your Dundie Award. And moving on, we have the
David Brent Award. So this one is our favorite submission from somebody not based in the United States. So I reached out to everybody that I could to see where you were located if it wasn't obvious from your profile. And yeah, it's pretty much we picked our favorite from non-US. So,
do you want to explain to people who don't know who David Brent is?
Yes, could do that. So David Brent is the main character in the UK, I guess the original version of The Office, right? UK came out first.
Yes.
So that's why we called it David Brent Award.
He was played by Ricky Gervais, and he was on the regular US version of The Office.
He did make an appearance.
I didn't know that. Okay.
There's a great scene where he and Michael interact, and it just makes me wish for more crossover between those characters, because he's the British Michael Scott, basically. So
the bloopers are really good too between them.
That's fantastic.
So the winner of this award is Luke Johnson, 1004. So we really enjoyed, yes. We really enjoyed this one just to see somebody make a mock of the set, and the movement, even though it's just a picture, the movement in the set, like I know exactly what this is. It's the parkour scene. And we just really enjoyed also the techniques that were used in this set. You can't see it from this image, but the way that the minifig is attached to the couch is really creative. And so we really enjoyed seeing this one.
Yeah, for sure. And I love to see the effort that goes into a lot of these people who just love The Office, but either they don't own the set or they haven't been able to get the set yet, and they built their own. And this is just a fantastic custom scene. Like the desk, that's here is just a fantastic build. Like it looks really detailed. He does have more pictures in this post on Instagram that you can go check out on his profile if you want to see more of this build. But yeah, congratulations to Luke and hardcore parkour. Moving on to our next award, we have the hottest in The Office, a classic staple of the Dundies. You can't have the Dundie Awards without a hottest in The Office. And we wanted to award a Dundie to one creator who received a lot of engagement or views, likes on Instagram. Someone with we knew that when we put this award out there, that this would probably go to someone with a larger audience or following online. So there were several people though who were eligible for this, who got a lot of views or likes, more than the majority of people. And so we really wanted to just highlight someone who has a larger following and participated in this event. And that person is the Office Alliance, one of the one of the biggest Office accounts on Instagram. Just a fantastic post here. I believe this post on Instagram got close to like 5,000 likes, something like that. It's a reel. And again, my apologies for the video not playing. I uploaded the video. If I, had a little bit more forethought, I would have been able to get it to play here so we could watch all of the submissions. But go check it out on the Office Alliance. If you don't follow the Office Alliance on Instagram, they're amazing. They post all kinds of Office content and videos. JJ, I'm sure you're very familiar with this account as well.
Yes, I do know Matt. I know his name. Matt is a super Office fan. He was actually at the Office reunion helping to arrange things for other Office fans. But I remember seeing this entry and I cracked up because it was Michael's quotes of, "I'm like Joey and Chandler and Kramer." And I just cracked up because I saw him just panning through all the Lego sets and I was like, that's smart, Matt.
Yep.
Fantastic. And thank you so much, Office Alliance. It was so great to see, someone who's in the Office community. Both Aubrey and I we're Lego community people. And so it was great to see involvement from fans of the show who might maybe not as well known in the Lego community, but really important people in that online Office fandom. So thank you so much. And we'll be reaching out to get you your Dundie Award. And coming up here, we have
the I Feel God in This Chili's Award. So this award, we wanted to award to just a submission we really admired. We wanted to keep this category just a little broad so that in case we had a post that didn't really fit anything, or if we had, two posts that we wanted to kind of highlight and maybe it was a, mashup and we couldn't decide. But I will say we didn't. I guess I'll say after we announce who it is. But
this is a very funny award.
Irony was unintentional. So the winner of the I Feel God in This Chili's Award is 3D Soup, and they recreated the Dundie Awards that happened at Chili's. So we actually, when we were deciding the awards, we had forgotten what we named this award. We were just searching for a submission we admired and then realized after we picked that it was the scene where they said, "I feel God in this Chili's."
Yep.
But this was one of my favorite submissions. Just, it is very clean and creative and I immediately knew what it was. I think it's so awesome and perfect recreation of the Dundie Awards.
Yeah, for real. Like again, unintentional planning. Yeah. It couldn't have been better. And there were so many submissions again that qualified for awards like this, and we went through the list over and over again, trying to figure out where we could fit different things that we really liked. And the detail here, I like the stand that it's on. It's almost like a display set. And it's just such a perfect moment for the Dundies at Chili's being awarded at the Lego Dundie Awards. So congratulations to 3D Soup. This was just a very well-designed, clean mock with some great photography as well. So congratulations. Next up, we have the Scranton Party Don't Stop Award. This is going to the longest stop motion recreation. So if anyone here is an animator or does stop motion, it takes a long time. And with only 7 days to create some kind of a submission, we knew that there was going to be a majority of shorter entries for animation, some amazing entries. But, even myself, I'm looking at what scenes to create. I was looking for my submissions to be like around a minute, maybe 30 seconds. It takes a long time. So we wanted to give this to someone who really went above and beyond to make a lengthy scene. And so that award is going to Lego Leaf with the CPR training scene here. I believe they dominated in runtime with, correct me if I'm wrong, Aubrey, this was about 1 minute and 50 seconds, something around there.
Yeah, I think it was 1 minute and 54. Okay,
1 minute 54 seconds. And I believe the one before that was a minute 30, something like that. And so this was just the longest animation we got. It's a great scene. Obviously, this is one of the most iconic scenes in The Office. You got Michael pumping the dummy to the tune of, Staying Alive. And it just was great to see how much effort went into this longer runtime animation. So, yeah, congratulations to Lego Leaf or Life. I don't know how you say that.
I think it's Leaf.
It's Leaf.
Lego Leaf. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys. Moving on, we have our next award.
Okay, we have the Rid-a-did-a-doo award. And this is our favorite submission featuring Andy Bernard. So we thought it would be fun to highlight Andy since he is not a minifigure in the set, but there is. Hey, he's off of anger management because he punched a hole in the wall. So there's an explanation.
Oh, I put an explanation in there. Trust me.
Or he could be in the Bahamas on the boat.
Andy is an iconic character and we love him. So we wanted to highlight a submission that we thought basically, captured his character. And the winner of this award is Bougie Bricks. And yes, clap, 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 clap. So we chose this one, and this is actually a stop motion animation as well, and her first one. And it is the scene where Andy is, just drifting off into the lake in his sumo suit. So we love that one. Thought it was really creative and funny. And I thought it was perfect example of Andy.
Exactly. Yeah, this was a great post. And again, I wish I could show these videos to you. I'm not sure why the player isn't working on these, but go give Bougie Bricks some love and go check it out. This was a very funny, original idea. We did get a lot of posts featuring Andy. There were a lot of posts that qualified for this. So we had to go through so many posts that had a custom Andy minifigure or someone's, version of Andy. And this was definitely a unique scene that it just starred Andy alone and was just an iconic moment. So congrats to Bougie Bricks. Our next award, the identity theft is not a joke. Now, this was, again, a really hard one to choose because we wanted to give this award to someone who really faithfully recreated a scene, whether that was just the timing, the shots, the background, just something that was really faithful to that original depiction. And there were a lot of people eligible for this, but at the end of the day, this award goes to Trevor Carley. And yes, great job, Trevor. This is his one of his animations that he created. This specific scene, again, we can't watch the video, so my apologies, but is the scene from the fire safety scene where Angela throws her cat up to Oscar in the roof and save Bandit. So this was just such a faithful recreation. The camera movement, the lighting, the staging of the characters, the background was so spot on. So big congrats to Trevor for being creating such a faithful depiction of this scene. And this video here, you can go and watch on his Instagram page. He posted some comparisons between the original and the Lego version, and it's just undeniable. It is so accurate. So congrats to Trevor.
I also see Brick Totem said he dies every time the cat falls back through the ceiling. So make sure you watch all the way to the end for that nice little recreation.
Yep. Some of these scenes, I mean, it just there's something about Lego animations and seeing these iconic scenes in Lego that is just so charming. And
it's adorable.
It adds a whole new dimension to this classic scenes that So,
Aubrey, no.
It's fine.
Brother Mifflin's falling apart behind you.
It's fine.
One of the things I love about stop motion, because one of the things that as a designer for years, people used to ask me oh, why don't you create stop motion scenes? And I'm like, well, one, that's a very hard skill to have because you matching it second by second. But beyond that, I wanted fans to be able to do this themselves. If I created scenes, that's great, but fans recreating their own scenes, this is where the fun comes in. And to see it done so accurately is actually kind of like you said, Adam, is so charming because like I remember watching all the stop motion animations coming out this week, and I was like, I could watch whole episodes of the show that be done.
Yeah, seriously, that was something that both I think Aubrey and I were feeling. Is like, if there was someone with the amount of effort and perseverance to recreate a whole episode of Lego The Office, I mean that would instantly win some awards just for the sheer amount of work that would take. But moving on, we've got a few more awards here left. Let's talk about.
Okay, we have the Office Romance Award. This one is our favorite submission featuring any couple or relationship from the show. So we did see a good bit of these. A lot of Jim and Pam and a couple of Holly and Michael. This one we just felt like was such an iconic romance scene from the show that we couldn't not give it to this one. So our winner for this award is Croker Benjamin. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, but this one you obviously can't see it. But, oh yeah, clap. This one is a recreation of the Pam Jim sequence where Jim comes back and officially asks Pam on a date. So it's where it all starts. It's all building up to that point, and their romance starts from there. So we just thought this was the perfect, most iconic Office romance scene that we saw this week.
Exactly. Yeah, it's an iconic moment. It's a date, it's that scene. So Croker Benjamin also did some amazing recreations as well throughout the week, and is just a big fan of Lego The Office, and does a lot of other great Office themed animations. So go check out their channel and go check out again. Black screen. We know I would have loved to show off all of these videos. So, but this is great because it'll encourage you if you want to check out some of these winning submissions to go check it out on their pages. We'll be sharing again all of these winners, later on as well. So, congrats to Benjamin Croker, or however you pronounce your name.
He said that was right.
All of your submissions.
He said that was the right pronunciation.
Thank you, Benjamin. All right, moving on. We have the Did I Stutter Award. Now, this is obviously going to our best stop motion, and aptly named as well because stop motion, sometimes it stutters, and it's essentially the it's stuttering images is what stop motion is. So we wanted to award this. We got so many stop motions. This was, again, incredibly hard. I think Aubrey and I both judging yesterday, during our hours of judging, we changed who we wanted to win this like 3 times because we went back and forth. We were like just so unsure, and it was such a close decision. So again, everyone who submitted a stop motion, thank you so much for submitting. And we wanted to just recognize one that we thought went above and beyond and had some great animation, a great moment from the show. And that person is Playmation Shorts with the Scrantonicity Electric City video. This is such an iconic moment from the show. We've got the music video that Dwight and Michael make. The animation is great. The character animation is great. And it's just so fun to watch. It feels like you're watching the video. It's very faithful as well to that original source material. If you watch this too, there's a great moment in the actual scene where Dwight and Michael do this kind of like stuttery effect. And that's the same effect as in this video. It's the same thing. It's so well done. So Ben, congrats. I know you'll be very excited about this. So congrats to you for best stop motion during Lego Office Week. Yeah, we have people saying, Scranton, what? The Electric City.
Yeah, I also especially loved at the beginning the vent piece, Lego vent piece was the bacon on the plate.
Yep.
Love that.
Fantastic job. Yeah. So again, you can watch his submission on his YouTube channel, Playmation Shorts, or on his Instagram. And I believe he also did a comparison where you can watch the official version with the Lego version as well. And then we have our
busiest beaver. Had to make sure that I was saying that correctly. Busiest beaver award goes to our best mock. So this was another one where there were so many great submissions and they were all so different that it was very, very hard to choose. But we thought this one was very creative, used great techniques, and was photographed really well. So I also really enjoy the scene that was recreated for this one. Thought it's one of my favorite scenes. So for the busiest beaver award goes to Francis Design with the Francis Design. So they did the recreation of Michael's safety demonstration. Just thought the building looked really clean. I like the bushes and then have the minifigures in the parking lot. I like that it's also kind of set up like it's clean edges. Thought the photography was great. So we really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. And it was great to see just some really interesting build techniques to make those like shapes and colors of Dunder Mifflin. Even though it's a square building, you can get a lot of different details and angles with some of those techniques used on that lower section. And yeah, just an iconic scene. And like Aubrey said, there were so many of these mocks and posts that were eligible for this, and it really came down to those details, and the photography and the presentation really helped this mock stand out, and it was just a great design. So congrats to Francis, and yeah, this is great for best mock. Moving on, we are getting into our, I believe these are okay, we have our final 3 awards here. So everybody, we are going to be finishing out with our final 3 Dundie awards, and then we're going to get into our giveaway. So if you haven't already, if you've been enjoying the stream, please subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have really enjoyed Lego Office Week. We're going to be reaching out to all the winners to get you your Dundie awards. And as soon as we finish our awards, we're going to get into that drawing for the signed set. Everybody who submitted is eligible. So even if you didn't win a Dundie award, you can still win the signed set. You don't have to be a winner to win the signed set. So stick around to see if you are that person. So without further ado, Aubrey.
Yes. So my favorite is the I Am Beyonce Always award because I just love that line. So this was, again, picking favorites was very hard because I really, really enjoyed this week. I loved seeing all of the content, and there was more, we had close to 200 posts. So I picked one that I thought was extremely creative. I never would have thought to do it, and it immediately made me laugh. So my favorite is from Matt's Minifigs. I just love the Prison Mike scene and his take on adding the Dementors in. The worst thing about prison is the Dementors. I saw this, immediately laughed, and thought it was hilarious. So that one was my favorite.
Congrats.
This one made me want to buy Dementor minifigs to add to my set. I was like, oh, I had to get 2 of those.
Exactly.
And the photo is great. This is just, both of us saw this, I think, and this was great because Matt posted this pretty early in the event too. So we were both just elated with this post and seeing such a creative post so early in the event was amazing. But yeah, this was fantastic. Moving on to the Good Old Days award. Now, of course, this is my pick for my favorite of the week. And of course, this is a reference to Andy's quote, where I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've left them. And that's just one of the most nostalgic quotes from the show for me. this was really hard. And I had a lot of the other award winners were such standouts in my mind. And even the ones that weren't awarded, I really wish that we could have given out more awards, but 20 awards is already a lot. So for my favorite pick of the week, I chose Trevor. I'm going to try this. Gauderau or Gaudero, the hardcore parkour animation. Congratulations. This is honestly fantastic. So a few things that why I chose this as my favorite. Number one, it's an incredible scene. And we did get some people who did hardcore parkour and recreated that scene. Nobody else did this scene. And I feel like this sequence is one of the reasons why this is such a memorable scene. So it's a unique scene. And not only did he, do something that nobody else did, he created his own versions of the minifigs. These are not the official minifigures. He created an alternate, basically a mock of the set. All the minifigures use that different facial expressions and torso prints. And I believe that this is his first ever stop motion animation. He's an experienced visual effects artist who's done some really cool Lego CGI Blender work in the past, but this is his first stop motion. He said in his description that he taught himself stop motion just to submit to this event. So fantastic. And if you go and watch this video on his channel, there's a great sound effect when Andy jumps into the box off the truck of like Legos breaking apart. It is so funny. So yeah. What did you guys think of this scene?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I also loved this one. Andy jumping into the box was just like the icing on the cake at the end. That really took it over the top for me.
I love this because I'll be honest, the first thing I ever noticed about all the stop motions is when they make their own custom figs. So I was like, because that takes a lot of effort, but then the stop motion itself was just very cleverly done. And like you said, the sound effect in the end, I was like, okay, that was a little clever touch.
Yeah, for sure. And just a really clever post, very well animated, lots of great lighting. And yeah, this was just a standout for me. I definitely felt like it deserved an award. It deserved a pick, just like so many of these were deserving. But this is the one that I went with. So we have one more Dundie award, the final Dundie. Everybody get ready for the final Dundie. Stepping up to the plate here, Mr. JJ Lewis himself. If you would, sir, take us through, your process as you were as the designer of the set, watching all of these posts. How did you come up with picking this submission as your favorite?
I'll be honest. There were so many really great submissions. A lot of people really showed their love for it. It kind of blew my mind how so many people were creative, especially people who did not own the set, who were making their own figs, that were making their own scenes or recreating scenes using their own bricks. Like that takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of perseverance. And as someone who does not have the perseverance to do stop motion at all, I was very impressed with what everyone did this week. But the design I picked really kind of just stood out to me because one, I could see that it was a labor of love. Like right from the first image I saw, I was like, okay, this took a lot of effort on this person's part, but they did it without the set. They did it on their own. From what I understand, the Lego The Office set is actually what inspired this person to come back into Lego as a hobby. So
wow,
that was kind of, it didn't really impact it. I made my pick when I saw it. But when they told me that, I was like, okay, cool. I made a good pick. So Adam, if you feel comfortable getting ready to reveal.
Here we go. The JJ Lewis Award goes to
Total Brickhead.
Total Brickhead.
I love this. I've been expecting somebody to recreate the entire Dunder Mifflin building, but I did not expect it to look this good. It looked beautiful. I love the hedges. I love that the gate can roll in and out. This is all a custom mock that Total Brick had put in their Lego City. They created this mock and then apparently started building their Lego City around it. It is absolutely beautiful. So everyone did a great job submitting, but this one kind of really stood out as this honestly must have taken them a long time. So yeah, this is the one that kind of won it for me. So congratulations, Total Brickhead.
Congratulations. I think I sent this post to Aubrey somewhat early in the competition, and we were both just in awe at the bushes, at the exterior. Like, it's not just the interior of the office, like the official set, which I'm really curious if it opens up and the actual set fits inside. So
he doesn't have the set. So this is all his own. He built everything. And one of the things that I'll be honest, I really love for him to do is recreate the Pam's painting with this, like get two little Lego cars and just recreate that scene. It was just like, I agree. The bushes were so beautifully done too.
Yep.
Yeah. I also, Total Brickhead also posted his first stop motion animation on another post. And he was like, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And then he proceeded to do another animation for the week. So he did 2 animations, which I was really happy about. On top of this, it was just well-deserved.
Yes. Yep. And everybody in the comments, I think, is agreeing that this is just an incredible mock. And if you want to see, it's really interesting. If you go check this out, he has pictures of it in his Lego City, surrounded by modular buildings and like your typical, what you would expect a Lego City. And it just fits perfectly. So it just makes me want a Lego modular Dunder Mifflin set in this scale. So congratulations. Great pick, JJ. This is well-deserved. That is our final Dundie award of the night. And if you did not receive a Dundie, please don't fret. There were so many incredible entries. It was incredibly hard to choose these. We were paying attention all week, just laughing and enjoying all of the creativity you guys were putting on display. Now we have one last thing to do. So I'm going to put up Aubrey's screen here. Let me add this to the stream. Okay. We have our giveaway. Now, there are a few things that we probably should specify. Aubrey, if you want to kind of like explain, how did people end up on this list? How are they eligible like for this giveaway? And just what's going on here?
Yeah. So first of all, if you've made it to the end, I hope you know what we're giving away. We are giving away a set, official Lego set signed by JJ Lewis himself. So that was our big giveaway for this week. And to be eligible, you had to post within the time frame of the week. So it had to be, starting Monday at 12 a.m., ending Sunday at 11:59 p.m. or whatever. So it had to be posted within that week and had to be Lego and had to be Office. So those were our categories. As long as you participated in the Lego Office Week during the week time frame, your name got put onto the wheel.
Yep. And we said this earlier, but we had just shy of 200 entries, but we are counting 1 entry per person. So if you submitted multiple times, then that still means you get 1 entry. We wanted this to be as equal opportunity as possible for everyone who entered. So everyone here, there's a lot of people who submitted maybe 1 time, some of them twice, or, like Brickalob, almost 40. So we have everyone listed here that participated in the event. Thank you guys so much for participating. And even if you don't win, I hope that you enjoyed just the fun event. Like, the whole nature spirit of this event is to celebrate the office and the community around Lego. It's really cool to me to see just how so many different people from different backgrounds and places and just can connect over this shared love of the show and Lego. And so thank you, everyone. If you haven't already, I'll ask you now, please subscribe to the channel. Go follow Ob the Builder on Instagram. We have just enjoyed interacting and getting to know you guys as well. So if you enjoyed the event, please stick around for more content. Go follow some of JJ's projects. Go vote for the Parks and Rec set. And yeah, really hope that you guys had some fun. And without further ado, Aubrey, why don't we go ahead and pick our winner? Why don't we spin that wheel?
All right. Well, everything is alphabetical right now, so I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle a couple times. All right. You guys ready?
I'm going to get some, hang on, let me get some suspenseful music.
All right.
Can you guys hear that suspenseful music?
It's spinning. Who's it gonna be?
Here we go. Everybody can win. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, oh.
Is it gonna stop?
Oh, it's still going.
Oh. All
And
right.
Ronald McDonald.
McDonald.
We have the winner. Ronald, excuse me, Mock-Donald. Very clever.
Yes.
Very clever.
Ronald McDonald.
Congratulations. We'll get some applause going here. Congratulations to Ronald McDonald. You've won the signed copy of the Office set. We're going to be reaching out to you over either on Instagram or YouTube, however you submitted. And yeah, this was really fun. That looked really close to a few other people. I was like, it kept going, just inching along. But yeah, we wanted this to be a fair drawing for everyone. So thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the stream. Thank you to JJ for joining in, for providing an awesome giveaway. We loved this event. This is our first ever like community event that we've ever done. We were really inspired by other people that we follow and enjoy doing this kind of participatory community event. So comment and let us know if you'd like to see us do this again. We are not sure if this should be a yearly thing or not. So comment and let us know if you want us to do season 2 of Lego Office Week, or maybe we do a different show or a different property or something like that.
Lego BTS.
Lego BTS week. Let's see. Can you mention how to? Francis is asking how to collect the Lego Dundie Award. Francis, we are going to be reaching out to you to get all of your information to ship it to you. You don't have to worry about doing anything. We're gonna be in touch with you. If you did win a Lego Dundie Award, we will be in touch over the next few days to get that shipped out as soon as possible. Yeah, it looks like we have some requests for a yearly event. So maybe we've started a tradition here, Aubrey. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think we have. I mean, there's lots of stop motions that I didn't do this week that I wanted to. So
yeah. I think both of us were we didn't expect this to be so much fun, and it was definitely a lot of work. So we hope that you guys just had fun and enjoyed this, built something, got creative, and maybe watched a few episodes of The Office and got distracted with a rewatch as well. JJ, any final thoughts or comments about the week before we wrap out here?
No, I just really, again, I want to thank you both for arranging this. This was a lot of fun for me as the fan designer. I didn't expect anything like this, so it's cool to see like my work out there and people enjoying it. If you want to do this yearly, I'll be down for coming back for year 2, or for Parks and Rec, or for BTS, whatever you guys want. But Adam, Aubrey, thank you both. Everyone, like, comment, subscribe, follow Aubrey on Instagram, do the things.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Aubrey, I have to say, as your co-host, thank you so much for doing this with me. This was a blast. I'm glad that we could do this together. Both of us are new to doing this kind of collaborative thing. So it was a learning experience. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think we both just enjoyed it. So I've been wanting to do something like this with another creator like you for a long time. So thank you for just joining and being a good sport, being patient with me and everything going on with this event. Yeah, so everyone else watching, thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up there. Aubrey, any final thoughts from you about the event, about the week?
Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of said it. It was first time doing it, and you guys blew us out of the water. I remember talking to Adam at the beginning when we were planning this, and I was like, I will be happy if 20 people post. Like, I'll be happy if we just get 20. I don't care. Like, are we going to have to give a Dundie to every single person that participates? I remember when we were making the awards, we were, a little skeptical on how many people would post, and having just shy of 200 posts and close to 70 people participating was, like I said, y'all blew us out of the water. I had a great week watching all of the animations and seeing all the scene recreations. I haven't rewatched the show in a while. I know, Adam, you're almost done with your rewatch, but
I am.
A lot of it made me, there's some scenes that I forgot about that I was like, man, I have to go rewatch now, because it just made me extremely happy. So I want to thank Adam as my co-host, but especially want to thank the community. Y'all did some amazing stuff this week. And for everyone that tried stop motion animation for the first time, I really hope that you continue to do it. It was really fun seeing people try new things and interacting with some people I haven't met yet in the community. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to say, so speaking of rewatch, I have been rewatching. I started my rewatch before this whole event several months ago, and I've been kind of going
What
through.
number rewatch, Adam? What number?
We don't.
Are we
don't
talking
wanna,
low teens?
We're not going to talk about how many times I've watched through The Office. I've seen it quite a number of times. It has been a little while since I've done a last rewatch, but I saved the best for last, because the only episode I have left are the 2 finale episodes. So after this event,
today.
I'm going to go I have to go. I'm going to go and watch the finale of the show on the anniversary today that it released, so many years ago. And so I didn't plan for that to happen, but it's kind of cool that it ended up that way. So we're going to wrap this up, but thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you to the winners, everyone who submitted, the community, JJ, Aubrey. Thank you. And we will see you, I guess, next year or in the future in another video. So
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Catch you on the flippity flip. Bye, everybody.
On the flippity flip.